Welcome to the Meditation Ward. I'm Nadia Ward. You are about to listen to a guided meditation. If you are interested in starting your own meditation practice that's unguided, go to themeditationward.com. We are offering a 7-week course called Exploring Meditation that will give you new skills every week so that by the end of 7 weeks, you can create a meditation practice that works for you. Give us a follow on Instagram, The Meditation Ward. Hope you enjoy this meditation.
Please find a comfortable seat. And as you come to sit, make all of the adjustments that will allow you to find more ease in your physical form. So please relax the hips, soften the legs into the earth. Allow the shoulders to move away from the ears. The elbows drop from the shoulders, almost as if there are anchors attached to them, grounding them toward the earth. Please relax the forehead, the jaw, the muscles around the eyes. Please relax the tongue in the throat, moving the tongue away from the roof of the mouth so that there is a hollow, spherical shape to the inner upper palate. And begin to watch your breath, the natural movement of the inhalation and the exhalation. Please notice where the breath comes in through the nostrils, how it moves in through the back of the throat, how the wave of pressure of the breath expands the space of the ribs, fills the belly, maybe fills all the way to the base of the pelvis before the exhale is released and the breath moves out of the body. As you sit and watch the breath, begin to notice if there are any parts of the physical form that are still gripping or holding. Oftentimes we continue to hold in places of patterned contraction, and in doing so, there is a contraction and a constriction in the body and also in the energetic space. So some of the places that are very common for holding to occur are in the groins, the inner thighs, the shoulders, the jaw, the space between the brows, the muscles of the face, especially the cheeks and around the throat. So just noticing in your body if there are any places where you could let go, where you could set something down. And then return to watching the inhalation and the exhalation. Notice the movement of the inhale in, the movement of the exhale out. And begin to notice the full length of the inhalation and how it moves into the physical form. Does it appear to get sticky in any spot? Does it move with ease? Are there places where the breath doesn't move? Are there places where the breath is extremely spacious? And let's begin to bring a pattern to the breath. So starting to notice the length of your inhalation and the length of your exhalation. And bringing them into samavriti so that they're the same length on the inhalation and on the exhalation, as well as the same quality of breath. So the pace, the tone, the texture, the density of the inhalation moves in for whatever count suits you. And then as the breath turns at the top of the inhalation, the exhalation is released at that same pace, tone, and texture. So you might imagine the breath as being the brushstroke of paint on a wall or on a canvas. And the intention of this samavriti, this painted breath, is to bring the texture of that painted stroke of breath evenly onto the surface of the body. As you watch the inhalation and the exhalation and bring the breath into greater symmetry and ease, begin to notice if the breath is able to move all the way in, filling on the inhalation, and then almost turns a corner before releasing on the exhalation. So as you breathe, you begin to remove the pause between the inhalation and the exhalation, so that the breath begins to move in a circular pattern. Even, smooth, steady. The inhalation comes in. Maybe you imagine the inhalation moving all the way down to the base of the pelvic floor, and the breath turning for the exhalation to begin to move all the way back out. So very simply watching and smoothing the quality of steadiness in the breath, where the inhalation and the exhalation are of the same length, tone, and texture. And now that you've established this circular breath pattern, this fluid, smooth, and easeful inhalation and exhalation, bring your awareness back to the space of the nostrils and begin to notice, to become aware of the tone and the texture of the breath coming in through both nostrils. And now begin to move the inhalation from the entrance at the nostrils, imagining that the inhalation moves up to the space of the midbrain, the nasopharyngeal region. And then as you exhale, the breath moves out from that region back through the nostrils. And all the while you're watching the breath as it comes in through the nostrils, as it moves through the nose up into the midbrain. And then its exhalation is released and you follow the breath back out through the nostrils. And continue just like this. The inhalation comes in through both nostrils. It's smooth, it's steady, it's even, it moves to the midbrain. And the exhalation moves back out through the nostrils. You might check in with the body again as you're continuing this breath pattern to encourage the physical form to soften, to release into the earth. all the while following the breath as it's moving in through both nostrils to the midbrain. And as it's moving out on the exhalation of both nostrils from the midbrain. As you continue with this pattern, you may begin to notice a quality of light, a quality of spaciousness that's beginning to form in that space of the midbrain. Sometimes when we come to notice something, it starts to move or change. Please stay with the pattern of the inhalation through the nostrils, the awareness on the breath moving into the midbrain on the inhalation, and then reversing its pattern and moving out on the exhalation. And while you're watching that movement of breath, just come to notice the quality of the energy, of the awareness in the midbrain. Just a couple more moments in this breath pattern. And then let everything go, any control of the breath. Allow the breath to come back to an autonomic rhythm. So your natural breath pattern without any control. Bring your attention and your awareness to settle in the midbrain, allowing the breath to move as it does when it's not being attended to. It might get to a place where the breath is so soft, it's barely noticeable. If you'd like, you can stay here for a longer period of time, allowing the breath to continue in its natural rhythm and form, retaining the attention at the midbrain, continuing to soften in the physical form. Or you can begin to come out of the meditation, beginning by slowly rubbing the hands on the thighs or in the lap, really just bringing your awareness back to the sensed feeling of physical form. And then as you're ready, bring the palms together just below the sternum. And go ahead and release the head, allowing the chin to fall toward the chest. Using this posture as a sign of completion of the meditation, of the practice. Bringing the intellect of the mind into a circle with the intuition and intelligence of the heart. And as you're ready, please bring the chin back to neutral and slowly open the gaze.